right, hello everybody and welcome back to Jack's World of Wildlife. Now what I have in this little cup here is a very large, bitey thing with many, many legs. Now I'm just going to disclose that I am not planning on doing a bite/sting video with this organism. However, I have never handled this animal with my bare hands before. So it might just decide to do a bite or sting video itself. In this cup is a large Texas red-headed centipede. Now, these are the largest centipedes in North America. Please don't bite me, 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 please don't bite me. Now, as I've said before, usually handling arthropods is pretty straightforward and it doesn't usually scare me. But the problem with centipedes is they're not like our other friends. Like the redback spider in Australia just probes around with its legs and it really has no idea what I am as long as I stay still and it doesn't feel threatened. But the centipede has very small eyes. And what it does is it probes around using those antennae to smell me. Now you can see this is a huge, huge animal. Now these are entirely predatory. Now what these animals will do, I'm like shaking, I really don't want it to bite me. I hear it's very, very painful. And as far as it goes, centipede venom is very, very different in comparison to other venoms that I have experienced. In the sense that it is very variable, for lack of a better word. So you can react differently based on your own body chemistry. So it's not that, oh, it would hurt more or hurt less, but it can actually affect your body in vastly different ways. There's even some extreme cases of kidney failure and even a heart attack from this actual animal here. So I prefer not to test my chances. And with centipedes, I find that a lot of people are a little more scared of them. So typically with animals that I feel have a sort of misconception about them, I try to handle them in a way that makes them not quite as scary. But this is a giant centipede. Like I said before, this is the largest species in North America, Scolopendra heros, and they have multiple different subspecies with different colors. So this is Scolopendra heros castiniceps. It's the subspecies, or the Texas red-headed centipede. So they have that beautiful red head, red antenna, sort of black bluish body, and then bright yellow legs. Whereas other species that range out west are typically more of a tan color with black head and black end segments. But they are, this one's being very calm. It's had a meal in it, so it's not quite ravenous enough to taste test me, I hope. Now centipedes actually have pretty large venom glands, and their fangs, their mandibles, are actually modified legs. So each of these legs, here I'll come a little bit closer so you can see, on the tip of each of those legs there is a tiny black spike. So essentially it is the same thing on the mandibles, but behind those large legs on the mandibles, big venom sacs, which can pump in quite a lot of venom. That's actually how they subdue their prey. They grab it. So essentially what they'll do is they'll use those front legs and they'll grab it and they'll kind of curl up. So all the legs down here are holding on to the prey item, and then they'll actually be injecting venom into it. Should I put it on my face? I don't know if I should push my luck, but this would freak people out, I think. Don't bite me on the mouth. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're going into the Jack's gonna put something terrible on his face zone. Oh, did not like that. Oh, this is just bizarre. Does this count? He seems really like he's not wanting to go on. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to make him too angry. Okay, I changed my mind. It's not going to go completely on my face, but it did touch my nose. He gave me a little kiss. Ugh. Wow. I love centipedes. I absolutely love centipedes, but they do freak me out. Just a tiny bit. See this? This is a threat stance. So he's actually holding up those back appendages, and they can actually grasp with that and almost sort of make a stinging motion, which I really don't want it to do. But it is, I mean, really, it's a very pretty animal. It's nice colors, but just bizarre. Alien almost. Not a whole lot of other species on the, ooh, sorry. But it's pretty big. They can get bigger than this, but this is a decent sized one. Typically they get about 6.5 inches, around 13 centimeters, but they can get bigger. I've had a big pregnant female that was probably 3 inches longer than this one time. And she would regularly take down adult mice. So she could kill and paralyze an adult mouse in less than a minute, probably about 20 or 30 seconds. So they are formidable hunters. Now these guys live primarily a fossorial lifestyle, so they're going to live under rocks and logs and things like that. This particular color variant typically is found mostly in Oklahoma and Texas. And they live mostly in wooded areas, unlike the giant desert centipede, which prefers a little more arid climates. These ones do like quite a bit of tree cover and things like that. Now these are going to come out primarily at night, again, because they have very poor eyesight. Their eyes are very, very small, and they're all the way right up at the front of the head, if you can even see. Just tiny little black dots, and there's quite a few of them there. I have multiple eyes. And they are just really, really neat arthropods. Probably one of my favorite arthropods in Texas. And one that I would have the least amount of fun being bit by. So I'm not going to do a bite video if I can help it. Now, centipedes are chylopods, which are the groups of animals with lots and lots of legs. They go through an incomplete metamorphosis, essentially, so they pretty much just have nymphs, or smaller versions of themselves, that molt continuously until they are adults. And what happens is, actually, when the centipede is pregnant, she'll actually go under a rock, and she will lay all of her eggs and then curl them up and hold them. And she will actually stay there for sometimes many weeks, sometimes even many months, actually guarding and protecting her babies, even up to and after they hatch. So once the babies hatch, they usually stick around the mom until they've molted about once, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times, depending on the species, and then they will scatter to go and wreak havoc on other tiny arthropod lives. But that is a pretty serious centipede. Not something you want to mess around with. I don't encourage the handling of centipedes. I was fully aware of the risks and specific problems that could arise, and I was all right with that. But I don't want anybody going home and just snagging a centipede because, again, like I said, you could react very, very differently, and there's no way to prepare, should you run into a worst case scenario in venomation. But look at that centipede. You should see them when they're hunting. They flail those antennae around and they can they can book it fast. Like, it's nice that it's being so calm, but they can really move if they want to. Very, very fast centipedes. Really cool. All right, that's all I got for this one. Dope centipede. Please don't try this at home. Please don't try this outside of your home, because that's probably where you would encounter a giant centipede. I would hope you don't have a bunch of them running around your house. But if you do, give me a call. I'll take all of them off your hands. So we will let this one get back to resting. And stay tuned for more episodes, because they're solid. And I'm glad that you didn't bite me. So thank you. Now this is when it's gonna bite me. I brought my tweezers. Come here. Okay. Crisis averted. Fantastic centipede. Don't kiss centipedes. Because then they'll jump off your head and you might lose them. No other reason.